And now, it's the Still Unnamed Podcast with your host, Petey Salas.
Hey kids, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Still Unnamed Podcast. We're back. How you doing? I'm here along with
Mark Rodriguez. I forgot. I should have made a nickname. That's my nickname. Should have made a nickname Rodriguez.
There you go. We're back. We're back, and we're hopefully bringing the energy. This week, we're picking it up from last week. I know last week was a little heavy. Did you listen to it?
I loved the. I must be 100% honest.
Please do.
You started off really apologetic, and you were just kind of slow, and you're like, guys, you ever been in love? And then I was like, but then when we actually got to it, it was really good, and then your outro was really good too. But damn, that was.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know, probably the most beautiful podcast I'd ever listened to in my life. And I listened to a lot of podcasts.
Thank you very much. That was the intention. That was the goal. Yeah, man, we were kind of heavy last week, as I stated, and I did come off a little. Now that I listened to the intro again, I was kind of like, "Hey kids, and blah blah blah. This is Eeyore here," but I just didn't want to. I wanted to match, not so much because it wasn't a somber episode. I just wanted
it wasn't
to
at all.
Just kind of wanted to not fool anybody into thinking that it was going to be jam-packed with laughs or anything.
That's true.
It was just a long talk, and it was, I loved it, and I got a bunch of really good feedback.
I got misty-eyed. I was like, damn, this is just like, because you can feel the emotion coming through. It was just like these people legit care about each other, cared about each other, and will care about each other.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
Thank you. That's my most, it's the one I'm most proud of.
It was well received then?
Right. It was very well received. Like I stated, it's not my funniest episode.
That would be episode 1.
Right. Where we were just giggling like little bitches.
We've evolved.
Right. But anyway.
Good crowd keeper.
Right. My laugh has been compared to Mr. Belding before.
Oh yeah.
that's I kind of do it. Anyway.
You know who's Kevin Smith? I spoiled it already. I was going to say, you know whose laugh I like?
Who?
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith? Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, he's got
like a... Whenever I hear it, I think that's what the Joker would laugh like.
Right.
It's just this weird... I can't do it.
I can't do it either. Anyway, yeah, no, very well received. It's probably the episode I'm most proud of so far, and just really happy and very grateful that that she joined me on that one. If you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it. Do yourselves a favor. I think it's well worth your time. It's an hour well spent. I think if you guys are interested in the human emotion and just listening to something kind of different.
That was the perfect word for it. It was a very human episode. Mm-hmm. It was just so like you guys just bared it all. Like I can't explain how. Like even going back to old stories and talking about what happened, it was like you guys were in the moment. It was like you guys were teenagers again.
It was like a time warp or a time machine. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It took me back. It took us both back, and I was glad to be able to share that with everybody.
Like a TARDIS.
No, we're not going to have any of that talk on this show.
Doctor Who. Boo, boo. That's the TARDIS sound.
Get out.
Okay. Clip, clop, clip, clip.
Yeah. So we were going to be talking about other comments and other. Speaking of feedback. Oh wait. I'm sorry. Before I get off topic, before I go any further, going back to that episode real quick. That was the little amendment that I was going to make. I actually was contacted by her again after it aired, and obviously she loved it and she was very proud of it, and she,
Also, Alyssa Covier's, her accent was super cute. When I was like, "Oh, hello, PD," and I was like, "Oh, that is adorable."
Yeah, I did get some comments on her accent from girls. Actually, girls were telling me like how sexy she sounded. Or
I didn't say that.
no,
I
you
say
didn't.
that.
No, you're not a girl. Well. Anyway,
I got the bits.
Actually, Elisa, who's been on the show before, she was like, "Look, I listened to it via iTunes, so I didn't have any pictures. So I imagined Shakira sitting across from you. That was the face that I gave her. So so she had a Shakira-ish accent. Anyway, she contacted me and she wanted to clarify what she meant by 20,000 kilometers.
Okay, good.
Because I never asked her for clarification because I just took it for granted that it was, Spain was 20,000 kilometers away. When I Googled it, as I stated, it's actually 9,000. So I thought she meant round trip. But to clarify, what she meant was the plane, like the travel time and travel. I don't travel very often. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just assumed, hey, one-way flight from fucking Spain to McAllen, Texas.
Oh, that's true.
Is 9,000 miles. But what she does is she goes from Spain to Istanbul, Turkey, to some other stop, and then to like Houston, and from Houston to here. So that is a 20,000 legit kilometer.
Wow.
Travel time, travel distance.
Google Maps really fucks with us sometimes.
Yeah, Google,
like,
you failed
go
me.
Straight over there.
So now I feel like a jackass for trying to correct her, but no, I was right. I was wrong. She was right. And the title of the episode now makes 100% sense.
Welcome to relationships. You're wrong all the time, even when it's been over for 15 years.
She's not even my girlfriend, and I'm still saying, you're right, and I'm wrong. Anyway. So we were gonna talk about different things today, including finally getting to some comments and stuff that we've been compiling. We've gotten a whole bunch of comments. We've narrowed them down to about 10 or 12 here, just to kind of, read a few here and give credit to the people who have actually stopped, taken time out to stop in and leave some love on various ways on both the Twitter and the Facebook and on the website itself, and very, very happy. So
this is what you guys should strive to be. These guys are good.
They're super fans.
If you're not read on here, it's because you weren't clever enough. So I'm sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Hey, that's a callback to my show.
Yeah.
Which I'm not doing again. Our first comment is from @DaFuzzyBrit12. Love the show. You guys make it look so easy. Love from Newcastle.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's why I put that one first, because, we've spent a while talking about a fan we have in Spain, who now we have multiple fans in Spain because she's been just spreading it over there. So
good.
We've picked up some.
We're like the herp. Did you know the most common? I think the most common search thing in Google in Texas is something like, what are the herpes signs, or do I have herpes?
Really?
It was herpes related.
Is the number one Google search in this Texas region?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They're searching for us.
Really? Herpes related?
Yeah.
That's not something to be proud of.
Nope.
Not at all.
I've never searched for that. So the Fuzzy Brit, do we know who this person is?
No,
or just
these are just Twitter, some either Twitter followers or some, just randos.
It's probably the British Bulldog. He's probably listening. He's like,
it's the guy I was talking to.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna get this bitch back.
He's trolling me now. Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah. What else? What do we
have
got?
Another one from F. Taylor Baylor.
F. Taylor Baylor at F. Taylor Baylor?
At F. Taylor Baylor.
Okay.
Which is probably fuck Taylor Baylor. Whoever, fuck you, Taylor Baylor. Love the show. Needs to be longer. Great stuff. You and Mark have great chemistry. Love, Miss Taylor.
There you go. Thanks, Miss Taylor.
Thank you, Miss Taylor. You're a sweetie.
So, do you want to take back that fuck Taylor Baylor?
Yeah. It probably meant fantastic Taylor Baylor.
Possibly.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Right.
From @AceMan529, because 420 was taken.
Right.
Smoke weed every day.
Every day.
You guys suck ass. Just kill yourselves already. Love, Arthur.
I love that. The love Arthur at the end of that.
Who's Arthur?
Arthur's actually my buddy. That's that one I know. I know him. That's my buddy Arthur. I used to work with him, and he's just one of those guys. He likes to be a dick. So
Yeah, he's like, nah, it's Arthur. That's how he is.
it's just Arthur telling us to
Yeah.
kill ourselves.
Yeah, he's allowed to be an asshole. I'm just kidding, Arthur. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
From @gypsy_girl512.
At what?
At gypsy_girl512.
Okay.
Love it. You make me want to make my own show. Question. You said that the music you play before your guests talk means something to you. Does your show theme song have a meaning you too? Huh.
Okay.
Good question.
Good question. Yes, actually,
Thank you, Gypsy Girl.
maybe we shouldn't make fun of our listeners.
She's a gypsy. Gypsies don't have educations. That's just fact. They marry other gypsies.
That
I don't even know
is
how she's listening to it.
the
Gypsies
worst.
don't have internet.
We've just lost our entire gypsy demographic.
What are they gonna do? Thinner.
Exactly. You don't want to fuck with gypsies, dude.
You know what? You're right.
You don't want to fuck with them.
You just have to apologize, right?
Was that all you had to do?
No.
No?
He murdered somebody. I think he had to do more.
Yes, actually, it does. Hold on one second. Unprofessional. Yep. That song is that song is called "Anything Anything" by an '80s band called Dramarama. That's the one I was using last year. I've since updated it to a faster, kind of harder version for 2015 because we're going faster and harder in 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw up the horns.
Throw it up. So yeah, that's now a cover of Anything Anything by Buck Cherry. But anyway, yes, that song does mean a lot. Does mean a lot to me. That is basically a song that I've always felt a connection with for years and years and years now, because it's basically about a guy who is willing to do anything, hence the name, anything for his woman to make her happy.
Yeah.
And I've felt that I've been that way for many, many years. I've always been subservient, and I've always been put them first, and you're first, and you're first, and fuck
If
me.
you're
and,
happy, I'm happy.
Right, fuck my feelings type of thing. And that's been my choice. I've done it willingly.
Yeah.
So that song has always been kind of one of my little anthems, my little, rally songs. And plus it's got a really killer fucking intro. So
It does. It's really good.
So that is the reason, Gypsy Girl.
Gypsy Girl, by the way, you should totally make a podcast. If you're interested in it, just do it. I would absolutely love to hear a Gypsy podcast. I would like to hear your trails from around the nation, pickpocketing and putting curses on people. You should absolutely do it. All you really need is a microphone and the internet.
Right. It is really that simple. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it takes is a microphone, a connection, a Wi-Fi connection, and maybe some time.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really all it takes.
Our next Twitter is from @CivilL'Oreal58.
Civil?
So it's CJ. I thought it was an SI. It's CJ Villarreal. That makes more sense. CJ Villarreal 58. I'm glad you decided to
Thank you.
pick me. I look forward to every Taco Tuesday. You and Mark are hilarious.
There you go. Thanks, CJ. That's actually Chris. You know Chris.
Oh yeah,
Chris Villarreal.
Chris. I'm sorry I fucked up your name.
He was a friend of y'all's in high school or something like that. You and Elisa.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't in school with Alyssa.
Oh, I don't know. Anyways,
I was gonna say something. Wait, quick question. I'm noticing that you typed these out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you fuck up the UR show from the previous, or was it?
no, I copied and pasted.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to take it out on the poor gypsy woman.
I typed out their net handle,
Uh-huh.
and then I copy pasted their comments.
Okay. So you still fucked up, Gypsy Girl. From Stiffer on iTunes. Says 5 stars, so good it should be illegal. Love the random topics, guests, and laughs. Everyone should listen. Thanks, Stiffer.
Yep. Thank you, Stiffer.
I will never think of Stiffer again.
That's that sounds like a made up one, but it's not. That's a legitimate one from
Do you
iTunes.
know Stiffer?
I do. I do know Stiffer. Stiffer is Christopher. He was on this last one. Chris and Becca.
Christopher. That makes sense.
He's a huge fan of the show. So he was my favorite comment on iTunes because it just seems so perfect. So thank you. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks for the love. At Imedinergy. Can you read that for me?
Why don't I take over?
Yeah, you take over. You're good at this.
Okay, I'll do the last four. At Imedina RGV.
Wow, Ed Couchelsa, public education at your finest.
At Imedina RGV says, "Hey Pete, just want to drop a line here and say I love the show, bro. You're doing an awesome job. Keep it up." So that's cool.
Thanks. Hey, sorry I butchered your name. Just stop reading them.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for that.
Thanks for showing love.
At AlSigns15 says, "Pete, this is an awesome fucking shit, man. This is some awesome fucking shit, man. I swear to you, reminds me of a spoken word type Henry Rollins, Kevin Smith, real talk shit, man." Let me try that again. Reminds me of a spoken word type Henry Rollins / Kevin Smith, real talk shit, man. Sounds like you're having a blast. Keep it up. And we are having a blast.
Radio production job going. You doing really good?
Yeah, well, you know what? There's several takes. I can take 2. That's from AlSigns15, and thank you. We are having a blast. We're having a blast, right?
Yeah. Also, thank you for the compliment about Kevin Smith. He's for me a big influence.
Yeah, he's one of my heroes. I've stated that in the past. At Pip WTF says, awesome podcast. Simple.
Awesome, Pip.
Thanks, Pip. And
Probably from London too.
No,
that sounds like a London.
Pip. Well, maybe.
I
don't know. I haven't done my research.
Hey, Pip.
I'm just reading these. So, and this one's from Twitter also, but the name was withheld.
Oh,
this is my favorite comment that I've gotten.
Do we know this person?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. Here we go. Fucking rip off Mark Maron. Only without the talent, guests, or humor.
Wow.
You're not smart, you're not funny, and you're not even worth of my time. 0 stars. Exclamation,
Damn.
exclamation. And it's your without the E. So we can make fun of this person for sure.
Yeah, who's this again?
Name withheld.
Oh, yeah. You fucking asshole, name withheld? Wow.
That was by far my favorite one. So every time I've said in the past where I appreciate all the comments, the likes, and the hate mail, this is what I'm referring to. Apparently, this person is not a fan of the Still Unnamed podcast.
I can't imagine why. We're hilarious.
But they're willing to suck off Mark Maron real bad, though. So
I mean, he's good. He's really good.
He's awesome. He's one of my influences.
He's got about 300 plus shows under his belt. So, I mean...
So I'm a fucking ripoff of Mark Maron.
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it either. Have I structured my show to kind of mimic his? Maybe in the sense of where I do the intro and then I toss to a guest and I do an outro. But I mean, it's not like he invented that formula.
I know. That's ridiculous. I mean...
Without the talent, I'm not even going to go there. He's a legendary figure in the comedy world. I'll agree with this person. I don't have Mark Maron's talent.
Well, we can't hold a candle to him, but I mean...
Guests. Now that one, that was kind of a low blow. He knows a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
He talks to a comedian or an actor, an actress every single week. Twice a week, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Musicians.
I don't know those kind of people. I talk to the people I know and the people who I think are cool or funny and they make me laugh, so I'm going to make them, I want to share them. So that one, I can't touch that. Or humor. Now, humor is, that's relative. I think that's up to whatever ear is listening to it. So we've gone over a list of 9 people who are just hand selected as commentators on the show, and they seem to like it. So anyway, not even worth of my time. I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. Cut me deep. Name withheld. Probably not even gonna listen to it. He probably listened to one,
right?
And he's like, I'm never gonna listen again.
Right. I don't know. So anyway, 0 stars, and just I want to thank you. I want to thank you for that because there's no such thing as bad publicity. That's all I got to say.
That's true.
So
I mean, and how often are we gonna have our name mentioned with Mark Maron in the same sentence?
now, my thing is, I didn't put the date on here, but the date that he posted that, or he sent me that rather, or she, whoever it was, that was like 5 episodes in. So I don't know. My question is, did they listen for 5 until they finally realized, you know what? Fuck this fat fuck. Or did they just pick it up at 5 and say, fuck this guy, and then I don't like it? So
I hope it's just at 5 because, I mean, that would mean he listened to you and your son's episode and he was like, fuck this guy. Which, that guy's a proper cock.
Right.
Tossing it to my English friends.
In my perfect world, I would think that he's still a listener.
Yeah.
He's one of those trolls that just listens and hates it and hate listens and just
I hate follow on Facebook. I mean, I don't know why. Because you want to just make sure that they're still an asshole.
Right.
And you'll occasionally like, oh, what's da-da-da up to? And then you look at him like, yep, I completely disagree with everything you're saying still.
Right.
I'm going to keep on
So in a perfect world, he's still listening, or she, and they've also spread the word and say, you know what? I hate this show. You should listen to it. So thus getting us more listeners. That's what I think.
Thanks, unknown poop face.
Yeah.
Nice burn, bro.
Anyway, how's it going, man?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah? What's new?
Let's see, what's new? Oh, I had a story that I wanted to kind of talk about.
Please.
Alyssa and I decided to go to Stars one day. We had just finished taking care of some errands. I had to go to work a little bit later.
So for those of you who don't know, Stars is a little like drive-in, kind of like a Sonic.
Yeah.
But I might be regional.
Like
is it regional here to us?
I'm sorry?
Is it regional here to us, or is it around the nation also?
I think it...
Just in case people don't know.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know.
Anyway, it's a little... You drive up, you push a button, and they car hop down, and they bring you your food.
It's like a 1950s deal.
Like a drive-up diner. Anyway.
Yeah.
Go on.
So I go there, and then we order our food or whatever, and then... She comes down and she's gonna give us our food, and so she gives us the food and she's like, "Okay, the price is like $19.58, something like that."
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay," so I hand her my card and she goes, "Oh, the card's not working, the card machine." I was like, "Oh," and she's like, do you guys have any cash? And I don't carry cash. This is the future. What do I need to carry cash for?
Okay.
And then I cannot be lying to the bums when they're asking for my money.
Correct.
So I turn to Alyssa and she's like, I don't have any cash. She had just finished paying off a bunch of stuff. And I was like, we don't have anything. And she's like, hold on. So she pushes the button for the manager and she's like, hey, they don't have any cash. And he's like, well, do they have a check? And this is, like I said, the future.
Right.
I don't carry checks either.
This is 2015.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, we don't have any. And she's like, no, sir, they don't have any. And then he goes, just let them take it.
Really?
So we were like, are you sure? And she's like, well, he said it. Just go ahead and take it. So we left Stars with like $20 worth of food for free.
Wow.
And that was cool.
That is cool. Why wouldn't they tell you when you were ordering?
That was Alyssa's point. Like they should have like a little sign or something. Just say, hey, our credit card machine isn't working.
That's how they usually say it.
That's how a person with brains would do it. I mean, because he just gave away $20 worth of food.
And I mean, God knows how many times he's already done that day.
Yeah, and I felt...
You couldn't have been the first one. Like, the machine broke literally 30 seconds before you got there.
I couldn't tell you.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, too.
Wow. So,
well, I mean, maybe because Stars is kind of like an old person place.
So they expect everyone to have cash.
Checks.
Cash and checks.
But I was like, I have to... There's something inside me where I have to, like, balance the world. And I was like, I can't have this food for free.
Okay.
So I went to the bank and I was like, I have to pay for this food. Alyssa's like, don't pay for the food, you idiot. And she's like, they messed up. It was their mistake. It was not your fault.
Right.
Don't pay for it.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't. I feel it was weighing heavy on me.
Okay.
So I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And she's like, just don't pay. So I ended up going to the bank.
Of course you
I get
because you don't listen to your wife.
I don't. So and then I was driving and I was like, you know what? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna. It was heavy. It was really heavy for me.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not gonna pay for it. They have accepted that they're not gonna get the money for it.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna do with this money is I'm gonna donate it to some charity.
Okay.
So I gave the money to Alyssa, and she donated it. She donated $20 to a charity, and we paid it forward.
Okay.
So yeah,
So that's how you handled it.
Yeah.
That's cosmically in the universe how you balanced it out.
correct.
Okay.
Because I did steal food one time.
This time, or you're talking about another time?
There was a previous time where I stole food.
Legitimately stole it?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you tell us that story?
Okay. Alyssa, we love to fucking eat. But we were at Whataburger.
Modern day Bonnie and Clyde here.
We're pretty terrible people. No, we're not.
Right.
But we're criminal masterminds.
Yes.
So we were at the Whataburger. This is how fucking clever we are.
Mm-hmm.
We order our food. We're in the drive-thru.
Okay.
And then we go to the window where we're supposed to pay. She hands us our food and she says, okay, thank you. And I didn't know what to do. I'd look at Alyssa and she goes, fucking go. So I was like, okay, thank you, bye. Mm-hmm. And I left. And I was like, wow. It was a rush.
And how did you balance out the universe then?
I didn't balance the universe. And you know what happened? Like the next week?
What?
I wrecked my car.
No way.
I absolutely had a car accident.
And you think it's because you didn't pay for your Whataburger?
I genuinely think that's why.
Wow. Okay.
I don't believe in a lot of things, but I believe in balance.
Okay. Would you say that that's also like karma-ish?
Karma, absolutely.
So you do believe in karma?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like yin and yang. There's an equal amount of everything.
Okay. So you took without giving back, and the universe took back tenfold, I would say.
Absolutely. It said, "Oh, really, motherfucker." And
wow.
So I mean, I've led a pretty good life since then.
Right.
I mean, but whatever.
I guess it all depends on the person, because some people would see that as just like, fuck, I'm a lucky guy, you know?
Yeah.
Because like that has happened to me too. Just 4 months ago, maybe. I went to go pick up some hot and readies, and I asked for 1.
Yeah.
And they brought out 2. Because I asked for that new one that's like the pretzel crust.
Oh, the pretzel
crust.
They
weren't ready. They technically were not hot or ready for me.
Oh, well, that's just on them. That's false advertising.
So maybe that's why. Mm-hmm. So they told me, okay, it's going to be 5 minutes. Can you go park in front? And I did. So I paid for my 1. I sat there. They brought me 2.
Oh.
And she walked away. So I hauled balls.
I remember that night. I ate them and I had no remorse.
Okay.
I enjoy the pretzel crust pizza.
Yeah, so do I. It's not bad.
I've been hankering for it. But yeah, so the universe.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it just depends on who you are and how you perceive things, and if you believe in just being super lucky or super unlucky, or if you believe that there's, you know, karma is a true concept.
I believe in karma, and I believe that I'm a pretty lucky person. Like I mean, I don't want to throw this word around because I'm not super religious. I've been blessed.
Okay.
But like there's been super lucky times where, like, for instance, one time I was driving down the school zone. I wasn't paying attention to how fast I was driving. I was going 30 on a 20. And then sure enough, the red and blue start flashing.
Yep.
So I was like, oh shit. So I pull over and then I do the whole deal. And he comes around and he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I was like, yeah, I was speeding. And he's like, okay, why were you going so fast? I was like, no reason. I was just not paying attention. And he said, okay, can I have your license? And I gave him my license. He goes to the back. He goes back to his car. I'm like, he's going to give me a ticket. I mean, whatever. I deserve it. I was speeding. I wasn't paying attention.
Right.
He comes back and he says, okay, Mr. Rodriguez, you're free to go. My machine isn't working.
No way.
He said, my machine to give out tickets isn't working. It's your lucky day.
Wow.
And I was like, thank you, sir. And I drove off.
So you have a, I guess I see a pattern too.
What?
Machine's not working in your favor.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's cool. I like that.
I have magnets.
That's what it
Carry
is.
magnets everywhere.
Yeah, magnets, bitch.
How do they work?
That's cool.
Yeah. But how are you? How are things with you?
Things are good. Things are good. You know, this has been a pretty good week, I'd say. Like I said, I mean, going back to last week's, I did get a lot of positive comments, and you know, the comments we read are just, you know, we just kind of hand selected them.
Yeah.
I want to spend too long reading just the same shit over. Oh, great job, great job, great job.
I don't know. I like
whatever.
to.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. But still, I mean, that's...
Tell me how funny I am.
Yeah, say it again. Say it again. But, I mean, that doesn't also count the people, the face-to-face comments that I get, you know, like the one-on-one that aren't virtual or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've got a lot of, like, friends that I work with and listen and stuff like that. And...
I've had some face-to-face positive comments, too. I have a friend of mine that's like, hey, I'm listening to you guys' podcast. It's really good. I'm gonna go start a vlog, and I'm like, go for it. It's super easy, and it's fun, and just go ahead and do it. He's like, I don't know. I'm afraid that no one's gonna listen to it. I'm like, maybe nobody will. Right. But do it for fun. Do it for yourself.
Right. It's self-fulfilling, and it's awesome. I like it. Anyway,
my brother started working at Channel 5.
Really?
Yeah, my little brother.
Nepotism.
He got the hookup.
And then?
What's nepotism? Be straight. I don't know too many big words. Ed Calchelsa.
I don't think it applies in this case because you didn't hire him, but it's basically what it is. It's like hiring. Oh. If you're in a position to hire and you hire family members or something like that.
I'm not going to remember that.
Okay.
But
that's all right.
Yeah. He just finished getting out of the army, and he needed a job, and there was a part-time camera operator available. So I was like, hey, my brother needs a job, and he's like, sure, just go ahead and have him come in for the interview.
Cool.
So
that's cool. That's
also, I work for Channel 5, in case anybody didn't know that.
I don't think they did.
My name is Mark Anthony Rodriguez. I'm an audio engineer at the local KRGV Channel 5, rated number 1111.
All right, then. Well, I'm glad that your brother, you know, found a job. He was in the army for how long?
Like 3 years, something like that. We weren't really close when he was in the army.
Okay.
We fought. We fought a lot.
You were arguing with a soldier?
Yeah. You look, come on, calm down. He's not. He's a dick brother first. He's an asshole. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. I respect and thank all our armed members, and thank you for your service. My brother's a dick. I'm gonna just say that.
Our armed members?
What are like when you have
armed forces?
Armed forces?
Yeah.
Armed members is when you have hands on your dick.
When you do battle, like you tie like little weapons to your penis and you play sword fights with
like if
somebody.
You get the arms off of your G.I. Joe and then glue it to your penis.
That's
an armed member.
Oh my god. Well, we thank him for his service nonetheless.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have you seen American Sniper?
I haven't. Have you?
I did.
Oh, how was it?
It was very good.
It was
a very good movie, and Clint Eastwood knows how to make a fucking movie. That's all I can say. There's a lot of it's like I didn't know this movie was going to cause so much controversy, like in the blogosphere and the fucking internets.
What controversy is it causing?
There's been some people, a few high-profile actors, and just different people from the media who have come out and have labeled it kind of like an American version of a Nazi propaganda film. Okay, because if you know about the Nazi propaganda films that they would make, is that they were like very glamorizing. You know,
I should learn words.
I was gonna let that one slide. Yeah, you know, like for instance, in Glorious Bastards, you know, that the whole one of the backstories was the making of a Nazi propaganda film.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is basically it because we're highlighting and showcasing these are the words of, you know, I'm paraphrasing. This is not my opinion. We're glamorizing, you know, child murderers and bullies and that's what they see us as over there in Iraq, overseas or whatever. So yeah, it's one of those things of like, let's protest it and just different shit like that. But I don't know. I took it for what it was.
What was your opinion?
My opinion is I'm not gonna lie. I even said it while I was watching it with my parents. I like said out loud, like, does anybody else here feel like a swell of patriotism, like in their heart? Because it did, like, that's what it did for me. And I'm not like a super patriot.
Yeah.
I love America,
of course.
But I'm not one of those that like waves a flag. I'm not a flag waving American, like, you know.
You don't.
Right.
I mean, you recognize that maybe America isn't the greatest country in the world.
Well, you know, that's debatable, but it's more so. Movies like this remind me of why I'm proud to be an American.
Yes,
it's not 4th of July and fireworks going off. It's these type of movies where it's like, America, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? So I did feel that, and in fact, little side story here. While watching it, because we chronicle this guy's life from when he started to, you know, till he was murdered. They show 9/11, you know, and 9/11 was a real strong, like that in me was the last time that I ever felt a real, you know, patriotism
like
inside me.
They hurt.
Right.
All of America.
Like it legitimately pissed me off.
Yeah.
Right. To the point, and I don't think I've ever said this out loud. I worked at a TV station at the time. I was working the morning news when it happened, and we were there until about noon, and then they released us all because we were all afraid that there was going to be targets, you know, they were targeting America. So it was like, go home or whatever. So when I got out, the first place I drove to, I shit you not, was an Army recruit office.
Wow.
I was ready to go sign up as if it worked that way.
Yeah.
Like, sign me up, hand me a gun, fly me over there. I'm going to go fuck someone up.
Yeah.
Like, I was that serious about it. And because it was an attack on America, they closed all government offices, including Army recruit offices. So it was closed. So had it been open, you know, I might not be sitting here right now.
Different thing might have been going on right now.
True story.
Damn, that's crazy.
Right. So when I was watching this movie, it reminded me of that, and it was kind of one of those feelings of like, fuck, man, like I that's how like pissed off I was about them attacking us. So when I hear like,
I legit got chills when you said that. Like I knew it was coming, and then you said it, and I was like, oh shit. Fuck, man, it's heavy, dude.
Right. No, I really felt that way. So, and of course, I mean, it's gone down over the years, and our country's been different directions since then. But at that time, that Tuesday morning, 9/11, I was ready to go kill someone for this country. So when I watch a movie like this and I see that someone, I mean, much braver than I am, goes and actually puts his life on the line for the country and to protect, and that again that's the basis of the debate. Really, is he really
a hero?
Is he really a hero protecting our country, or is he just sniping? Taking human life?
Yeah.
So that's the debate. But for me, I mean, I'm an American.
Yeah.
And these people mean to do Americans harm. Take them out. Simple as that. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but that's my feeling.
I have to agree with you. I mean, I don't know. My opinion is, I don't know. I don't know what my opinion is, but the fact of the matter is, if someone's going out of their way trying to hurt innocent people, you have to do everything in your power to stop that from happening.
Right.
I think that's just the way it should be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, spoiler, not really spoilers. It's in the trailer. He is forced to kill a child because the child was going to go try and blow up some American soldiers.
Yeah.
So that's really, the controversy is we highlight that in a movie and we label him a hero for that. I think
from the preview, I haven't seen the film, but it looked like it was not going to be an easy decision.
No, of course.
I mean, it's never. I've never had to take any life I mean, I had to kill a mouse one time. I was fucking like, I planted a tree. No, that's not true. But I mean, it's not something easy to do, and I applaud a man that can make that decision, because I don't think I could.
Right.
God, I don't even want to think about having to.
Right.
I mean, even with a child.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. But yeah, the movie, I think my review of the movie is it's a very well-made movie. It gave me that feeling of American pride that I hadn't felt in a very long time. And, so it's, I think it's Oscar worthy, my opinion. But anyway.
I love America. Every time my mom would take me to Mexico when I was a kid, she would make me feel bad. She would be like, look at those kids with their milk jugs asking for change. You have it so good.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I do have it good, Mom.
Right.
I live in America. And I hate going to Mexico now.
Right.
So she traumatized me.
It's not fun anymore. It used to be really fun. But anyway.
Cartel. That's another political episode.
Right. That's for another episode. So let's wrap this one up.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We're coming up on time here. And so I want to thank you for joining me here. Doing what we do.
I enjoy being here, Pete.
Yeah, good. Me too. I guess that's it for this episode of the Still a Name podcast. And once again, want to thank everybody. As proof, we finally got to some comments and some questions. And, Mark was going to encourage you guys to...
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you leave any comments on iTunes, we're gonna go ahead and try to read as many as we can. Well, not as many as we can, but we'll get around to reading them, because that's fun.
It is. I liked it.
We'll give you a little shout out, and every time we get a comment on and a 5-star review on iTunes, that boosts our popularity, and we can go out to more people in jolly old London. That our neighbors. Oh shit. Please don't go, our British listeners. I love you so much. Doctor Who, he's my favorite.
Why? What have I done to deserve this? Anyway, thank you all for listening. And special thanks to our sponsor, Chico's Bail Bonds, once again. And everybody out there, have yourself a happy Taco Tuesday. Bye-bye.